We are the sound of the next generation. We're all to blame. They've thrown the baby out with the bathwater. It's time to start a revolution where we'll stand on the graves of the past. Welcome to the future. And now we live for the nighttime, and the sky is never bright. It's just a neon city wasteland where we never go outside. But the past is like an albatross around our necks like a noose, and we're only out for blood now. And we'll hang them from the roof. And now we've torn up the treaties, and we can't take it anymore. Now we're marching with our flags out, and we'll never fight alone. The battle rages on now, and the time has come to choose. You can't stand on the sidelines. It's the past against the new.
One way or another, Chase U is about to face its biggest test.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SleeperHold Society Podcast. You already know what it is. Big fights, big stories, and big personalities. And today we've got a showdown brewing at WrestleMania Hollywood that's got all the makings of an instant classic. Andre Chase versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. But before we get into it, let me introduce my guests. First up, the goddess of WWE, multi-time champion Alexa Bliss is here.
Joe, I'm just here to make sure you don't get a choke slam for talking too much.
No promises. And speaking of people who love controversy, this man knows a thing or two about proving himself against legends. Logan Paul, welcome back.
Look, Joe, I know what it's like to step in the ring with the greats. And let me tell you, Andrew Chase might be biting off more than he can chew.
We'll see. And last, but certainly not least, he's wrestled them all, buried a few of them, and still scares the hell out of people just by walking into a room. The Undertaker is in the house.
You know, Joe, I don't talk much, but when I do, people listen. And right now, I'm here to talk about Che's last ride, if he's not careful.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into it. Logan, I know you've been itching to do this, so break it down for us. How did we get here? How did Andre Chase go from the classroom to a WrestleMania showdown with one of the baddest men to ever lace up a pair of boots?
All right, listen up. because this one is wild. We've got ourselves a battle of generations. Stone Cold Steve Austin, a man who has fought the best, sold out arenas, and made more beer disappear than any human should legally be able to. And Andre Chase, the man who has somehow turned a fake university into a real movement. Now, here's how it all went down. After coming back at the Royal Rumble and winning alongside Roman Reigns, Austin was riding high. The guy's a living legend, a 6-time WWE champion, a Hall of Famer. So naturally, everyone was like, hey, Steve, who's your next opponent? And then out walks Andre Chase, the guy with the sweater vest, the guy with the Chase U pep talks, the guy who teaches professional wrestling like it's college algebra. And this dude has the audacity to step up to Steve Austin and say, I respect you, but I'm sick of legends getting handed the spotlight. I mean, fair point, but also good luck with that, buddy. Chase wasn't just talk, though. This guy went on a full-fledged Austin needs to move on campaign. He dug up old clips of Austin getting his ass kicked at WrestleMania, called him a relic of the past, and even went out of his way to attack one of Austin's allies, Roman Reigns, just to get under his skin. And let me tell you something. There are a lot of things you can do in this business, but pissing off Steve Austin, that's not one of the good ones. Austin didn't take that lightly, and he made it clear he doesn't care about the past. He only cares about right now. Chase wanted a fight, fine. But he wasn't getting a wrestling match. He was getting a straight up ass kicking. The week before WrestleMania, Chase stepped right into Austin's face and told him, beating you isn't just a win, it's a passing of the torch. And Austin, he just dropped him with a stunner. Boom. No hesitation, no mic drop, no warning, just a good old fashioned sit down and shut up, kid. But what happened next was even crazier. Chase laughed. He got back up, wiped his mouth, and basically said, that's all you got? And that, my friends, is why this match is going to be insane. Chase isn't just looking for a win. He's looking to survive Steve Austin. And at WrestleMania, we're about to find out if Chase U is ready for the toughest final exam in wrestling history.
Damn, Logan, you actually made me want to bet on Chase. Alexa, what do you think? Does Chase actually stand a chance?
Oh, hell no. No disrespect to Chase, but this is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Chase is stepping into the deep end with no life jacket, and Austin is the kind of shark that doesn't stop swimming.
Yeah, but Chase is young. He's hungry. Maybe he has the stamina advantage.
Joe, let me put it this way. It's not about stamina when you get punched in the mouth by reality. Chase has guts, sure. But Austin, he's not just gonna beat him. He's gonna teach him. And that lesson, it's gonna hurt.
All right, but what about surprises? This is WrestleMania. Anything can happen. Could we see interference, a swerve?
Dude, if I know anything about WrestleMania, it's that crazy shit always goes down. Chase has MVP and LA Knight in his corner, and Austin's got Rollins and Roman Reigns 2015 on speed dial. We could see a whole damn civil war outside the ring.
Or Chase could pull off a huge upset. I mean, maybe, just maybe, the professor outsmarts the rattlesnake. He could have a game plan we don't see coming.
The plan is only good until you get hit. Chase is about to step into hell, and the only way out is through it.
All right, Alexa, let's give him the tail of the tape. Hit us with it. And, I mean, full send. Don't hold back.
Oh, Joe, you want it? You got it. Because this match rules. Let's start with the obvious WrestleMania appearances. Stone Cold Steve Austin has 32. That is insane. That is someone who has lapped the field. He's basically made Mania his personal backyard BBQ. But you can't overlook Andre Chase. The man has 20 of them, which is still a ton. Most wrestlers are lucky to sniff 5 or 6. This guy's been there 20 times, and even better, he's main evented 8. That's double Austin's main events. So straight away, this is not David versus Goliath. It's Goliath versus another slightly smaller Goliath who just happens to be a substitute teacher. Now, let's talk titles, and here's where it gets a little sticky for Chase. Austin is a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, and let's not forget those reigns were during the Attitude Era when everybody was trying to kill everybody. Winning titles wasn't about fancy pyro and handshakes, it was about survival. Chase, 0 championships. He hasn't won the big one, hasn't even won a little one. In fact, he's the wrestling equivalent of a student who keeps getting 99S on the test, but never quite passes. But don't write him off just yet, because here's the momentum edge, and I'm giving it to Andre Chase. He's been showing up week after week, calling out Stone Cold like an absolute lunatic, daring to slap a rattlesnake right on the nose. And if history has taught us anything, it's that sometimes you poke the snake and, yeah, you get bitten, but sometimes you just pull off the miracle. Now, current rankings. Look, let's not sugarcoat it. Austin is ranked 15th overall while focusing on tag team wrestling. Tags. He's not even going for singles gold, and he's still sitting pretty while Chase is all the way down at 60th. That's like turning up to a final exam hungover and still acing the thing. Only Stone Cold can do that. But here's the big takeaway. Stats don't tell the whole story. Because when you're Andre Chase, you've been overlooked your entire career. You're the perennial underdog, and what does WrestleMania love? Underdogs, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins. WrestleMania is the breeding ground for the unexpected, and I am telling you right now, Chase has nothing to lose, and when you have nothing to lose, you're the most dangerous person in the room. So the breakdown is this: psychological advantage, Stone Cold, no contest. The guy lives in people's heads rent-free. Wrestling edge, also Austin. More wins, more grit, more years living in the pressure cooker. Momentum and wild card, Chase, because nobody believes in him except him. And that, my friends, is why this match might just steal WrestleMania. It's got everything: drama, legacy, desperation, and a guy willing to die for a Letterman's jacket and a Chase U banner.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know one thing. This match is must-see. Andre Chase wants respect. Stone Cold Steve Austin wants to prove he's still the toughest SOB in the business. One of them walks out with the win, the other with a whole lot of regrets.
Here comes the face of an educational movement.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Draper, North Carolina, weighing in at 216 pounds, Andre Chase.
I gotta say, here comes the Texas Rattlesnake. When did they start allowing rattlesnakes in the Hall of Fame, Cole? I'm looking at the toughest SOB in WWE history.
And his opponent from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right. Frankly, I'm not sure he takes issue with that. Austin's meanness and nastiness define him as a superstar. The style is simple, but it's about as effective as it gets.
We'll see if it continues to be effective in this battle.
And here's Andre Chase, the self-proclaimed, self-designated professor around here. He's so arrogant and aggressive. Who would even want to learn? Taking flight. Body splash.
And an inverted atomic drop. And Austin gets stopped in his tracks. Russian leg sweep.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. Fight is pumping him up. Andre Chase with a
Flatliner from Andre Chase.
Is that enough to take out Austin?
Oh, he was almost finished.
Austin somehow kicked in courtesy of the Texas Rattlesnake.
And he's a step ahead on his way back into the ring.
The count just keeps going up.
Beat the count back in. This one will continue.
Fist drop.
Man. Andre climbs. What's on his mind?
Taking flight.
Bang, what a splash. Cover. 2. It's over. Brutality finally comes to an end.
here is your winner, Andre Chase.
A surprising upset here for Austin.
Austin forced to leave the ring with a bruised ego. This loss won't sit well with him.